There's something no one quite prepares us for. Not childhood, not parenthood, not even retirement. It's that quiet, surprising season when the pace of life finally slows down, but your heart and mind seem to get even louder. You might be in that space right now, a space where the phone rings less, the calendar feels emptier. Some days stretch long and others pass in a blink, and you ask yourself questions you have never asked before. Questions like, what now? Is there still joy left for me? Or am I just waiting for life to wrap itself up? And if you've been feeling like that, I want you to know this, you're not alone. And more than that, you're not finished. Your life didn't end when the kids grew up, or the job ended, or the person you loved most was no longer sitting beside you. Your life changed. And sometimes change feels like loss. But buried in that loss can be something new, something beautiful, something still growing. This isn't a video about pretending everything's okay. This is about something deeper, something steadier. It's about joy, not the loud kind, not the kind you post or perform, but the kind that comes gently, quietly, the kind that makes you exhale and say, this is enough, I am enough. Today, I want to share 9 simple tools that can help you rediscover that kind of joy in your later years. These are not grand strategies or complicated routines, just small, intentional acts that help you return to yourself and open your life to happiness again. Let's walk through them one by one. Tool 1, gratitude as a daily anchor. The first tool is one you may have heard before, but stay with me. Gratitude, not in a forced or performative way, but in a slow, soul-centered way. Gratitude is not about pretending things are perfect. It's about noticing that even in the middle of imperfection, something beautiful still exists. It's choosing to see the small gifts that quietly line our days. Each morning or evening, if that's your rhythm, pause for just a moment and name 3 things you're grateful for. You can write them down or say them out loud. A warm mug between your hands, a memory that made you smile today, the fact that your legs carried you out of bed, even if slowly. When we train our hearts to see what's still here, we create space for peace. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it softens it, it steadies us, and over time it becomes a quiet light in our lives, something we can return to on the hardest days. Tool 2, reconnecting with others. Let's talk about connection. As we grow older, relationships can change in ways we didn't expect. People move away, some friends pass on, family becomes busy, and sometimes even surrounded by people, we still feel alone. That loneliness can settle in quietly, like dust, and before we know it, it becomes the backdrop of our days. But connection is still possible, and it doesn't take much. Call someone once a week. Reach out to that old friend you haven't spoken to in years. Write a letter to someone who crossed your mind. Talk to your neighbor. Join a local group or attend a small community event. The important part isn't the quantity, it's the quality. When we connect with others, we awaken something inside ourselves. We remember that we still matter, that we still belong. We laugh more, we smile more, we carry a little less weight. Don't wait for others to reach out first. Let this be your reminder that it's okay to go first. Someone out there might be waiting to hear from you. Tool 3, letting go of what no longer serves you. There are things we carry that were never meant to be held for this long. Old regrets, silent resentments, guilt over what was said or unsaid, pictures in our minds of how life should have been. But here's the truth, joy can't grow in a garden full of old weeds. We need to clear space. Letting go isn't about forgetting. It's about freeing yourself. It's about saying, this happened, it hurt, and now I choose to breathe without it pressing on my chest. Start with one small step. Write a letter to your younger self. Thank them, forgive them, release them. Or maybe take one afternoon to clean out a drawer of things you no longer need. Physical clutter often mirrors emotional clutter. With each thing you release, notice how your body responds. Lighter, easier, more open. The past shaped you, but it doesn't have to define you. You are not your mistakes. You're not your pain. You are the person who lived through it. And that's someone worth honoring with freedom. Tool 4, embrace something new. Somewhere along the way, we're taught that new things are for the young. New adventures, new hobbies, new dreams. But that's not true. The spirit of curiosity lives in all of us, no matter the number of candles on our last birthday cake. Embracing something new is not about achieving or mastering. It's about trying, learning, exploring. Maybe it's painting for the first time since grade school. Maybe it's dancing alone in your kitchen. Maybe it's learning how to grow herbs in a pot on your windowsill. It might even be something as simple as walking a different route in your neighborhood or reading a book you wouldn't normally choose. Newness reminds you that life hasn't ended. It's still unfolding. You're still unfolding. And there's magic in allowing yourself to be a beginner again, even in your later years. Tool 5, create a daily ritual of peace. We often overlook how powerful small, repeated moments can be. Rituals don't have to be religious or elaborate. They can be simple practices that bring you home to yourself each day. Maybe it's sitting with a cup of tea every morning before the world wakes up. Maybe it's lighting a candle in the evening and saying a prayer for peace. Maybe it's listening to your favorite song as you prepare breakfast. Whatever it is, make it yours. Make it sacred. This ritual becomes a thread that ties your days together, a safe place, a soft landing. And over time, it reminds you that even in the chaos or silence of life, there is always one space that is calm and yours alone. Peace is not something we stumble into. It's something we return to. And your ritual's the path back. Tool 6, speak kindly to yourself. Many of us grew up in a world where we were taught to be modest, not to boast, to be hard on ourselves to do better. And while humility has its place, self-criticism often overstays its welcome. How do you speak to yourself when no one else is around? What tone do you take in your thoughts? Is it gentle, forgiving, or is it sharp and unforgiving? The 6th tool is learning to speak to yourself with kindness. You've lived through decades of storms and sunshine. You've shown up even when it was hard. You've tried, you've failed, you've loved, you've lost, and you're still here. Tell yourself the things you needed to hear. Say, I am proud of who I've become. I've done the best I could. I am worthy of happiness. I deserve love and peace just as I am. You wouldn't speak harshly to a child or a dear friend, so why should your own soul be any less deserving of tenderness? Tool 7, give something of yourself. And now, the 7th tool, give. Not because you owe anyone anything, but because giving breathes life into your days. You have wisdom, stories, a smile that might mean everything to someone else. Volunteer at the local library. Listen to someone who needs to talk. Bake a loaf of bread and give it to your neighbor. Share your story with someone younger who's still finding their way. When you give, you remember that you matter, that you're still needed, still capable of impact, still alive in the fullest sense of the word. Giving connects you to the world around you, and when you give from the heart without expectation, it comes back to you in the form of deep, enduring joy. Tool 8, move your body with love. Joy and movement are deeply connected, not in the way the world sometimes tells us through perfect fitness routines or strict regimens, but in soft, loving ways. Your body has carried you through an entire lifetime. It deserves to move, not as punishment, but as a celebration. Go for a gentle walk. Stretch your arms toward the sky in the morning. Dance in the kitchen to your favorite song. Movement then doesn't have to be intense. It just has to be intentional. It reconnects you to the present moment. It reminds you that you're still here, still alive in this body, However it has changed. Move with gratitude, not shame. Move with ayasui, not obligation. Let your body become a partner in your happiness. Tool 9. Nurture your spiritual life. Whatever your beliefs may be, tending to your spirit is a powerful path back to joy. Maybe you pray. Maybe you meditate. Maybe you just sit in silence and listen for something deeper. The point is to make time for what connects you to the sacred. Read spiritual writings that uplift you. Light a candle. Walk in nature and feel the presence of something greater. Your spiritual life is your inner sanctuary. When you nurture it, you create peace that isn't dependent on external circumstances. Joy rooted in spirit runs deeper than fleeting happiness. It reminds you of who you are, why you're here, and how deeply you are still loved and held, even in the quietest, loneliest moments. So now you've heard them. 9 gentle, meaningful ways to invite happiness back into your life. Gratitude, connection, letting go, trying something new, creating peace, speaking kindly, giving of yourself, moving your body, and nurturing your spirit. You don't have to do them all. Just begin with one. Let it settle in. Let it shape your days slowly. You've made it through so many chapters of life. And this one can be soft, peaceful, joyful. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are finally allowed to live with ease. Happiness didn't leave you. It's been waiting. And now maybe you're ready to let it in again. If this spoke to you, I'd love for you to be part of this growing community. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. This space is for healing, for reflection, for real connection. Thank you for being here.